So, Jacob, do you know any French?
I do.
What do you know?
The number 4 is cat.
Cat. It cut French out of the school. Do you know?
I suppose it was budget cuts, and it was on the bottom of the totem pole as far as what they considered to be important. But I really don't know. I know they also cut orchestra also, so I don't know.
Having French in high school would definitely benefit
certainly,
your life.
certainly.
Yes.
It would just provide more culture of any culture. I mean, there's not very much diversity of different cultures in this school program. The Spanish program, you know, it's all right. It gets state requirements in. I think French would be cooler. And, you know, French is a pretty accessible language, and it's really fun to listen to and to talk in. And there's a lot of interesting things about France that you could learn through learning French, and it would just be really worthwhile.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
No problem.
So what foreign language were you planning on taking?
I was planning on taking French, but then I think we were in 8th grade, and the French room just suddenly cleared out. And I think I asked one of my teachers, I was like, what happened to the French room? And they went, oh yeah, that class has been canceled. And my jaw dropped to the floor. I was so angry.
Did they tell you why?
No, just that, well, you could kind of assume that it was because of budget cuts or something like that. But that's a stupid reason.
Story behind the naming of the Pomme de Terre.
Okay, that is the only influence of French that we have. The Pomme de Terre is a river that starts in the county north of us, in Grant County, and it flows through Grant, Stevens, some of Swift, through Appleton, and into the Minnesota River. And when the French explorers came through this area, and this would have been about the 1830s thereof, 1840s thereof, they found this root, and this is what, just one of these is what, these are several roots woven together, but this is just one of them. And if you know where to look, you can still find them along the river, Pomme de Terre River. And the Indians called this tipsina, which would mean like, you know, apple or potato or like a turnip or like that, kind of a root type thing. And but the French did not have a name, have a word for tipsina, so they called it Pomme de Terre. So they called each one of these little things the Pomme de Terre, and they named the river Pomme de Terre River. And that's our one and only claim to French influence here in Stevens County or in Morris.
How do you feel about the French program being discontinued?
I don't know, it's kind of too bad because they used to sell these like really good bonbons that everybody loved.
Stay upright.
A crepe versus tiramisu?
Crepe, all the way. Just a lot better flavor. Although part of it is, you know, when you come over to the States and they try and make sort of fake crepes. And it's like, I just wish I had the real thing. It's like gelato in Italy versus gelato in the US. It's just not as good, but it's still better. But you have to go to France and really experience it.
Why do you think the French influence in Minnesota faded away?
Too many Scandinavians.
So you're a French fur trader.
Oui.
And exactly what year did your people come to the United States?
We came here in the 1600s.
I see. And what did you do?
We trapped fur.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm supposed to ask.
You are wasting my time.
All right. So how long was your influence in the United States?
Well, we were the first Europeans to be, how you say, in North America in a big way. We were here in the 1600s until the war with the Grand Alliance against the King Louis XIV closed all the French trading ports in this area. But we are still here, we still trade fur, we carry on our proud tradition well into the present time of the 1730s.
Can you ask about killing animals? How often would you say you slay a defenseless animal for its fur?
As often as I can.
That sounds like a healthy lifestyle for you.
We?
Now, how has Morris been as far as fur trading goes?
Morris has been crap.
So, do you plan on staying in Morris in the future, or?
No. I will move to Canada where my people are appreciated. Where I'm not harassed by you English pig dogs.
So it's safe to say that the French influence in Morris is decreasing rather rapidly.
We. Dead.